Hello Koratalasiva, welcome to Kalata Plus. I want to start with an anecdote I've heard about you that in the early days of your career, you used to announce backup by 6 o'clock and after 7 o'clock you won't touch your phone. Yeah. Was that true?
True.
Right.
Because I don't want to mix my personal life and professional life.
Right.
I take too much stress in the day and I don't want to take that back home.
Now, but are you able to do that?
This last 2 weeks, it's day and night.
Okay.
That's it.
But even now, even with this kind of success, you're able to kind of switch off by 6 and 7.
Obviously.
Okay. Wow. That's really amazing.
I made it a point that this is how you should live. Otherwise, you will be forced to change, which I don't want to.
After Bharatani Nenu, it's been 4 years to get to Acharya. Yeah. Part of it is of course the pandemic. Yeah. Was there any other reason for the delay?
Not exactly. So once I'm done with Bharatani Nenu, so I'm supposed to do a film with Chiru sir, but he's busy. He's pretty occupied with Charan.
Right.
And it got little delayed. So it's okay. So I was just waiting. So when we were about to start, again the pandemic came.
Right.
So it happened like that. So now it's 4 years now.
Okay, that's all it is.
That's all.
So how does one approach like an actor like Chiranjeevi? Like does he say, okay, who has a story for me, and everybody goes and narrates a story, or does Charan say, okay, Koratalasiva has a story, Dad, why don't you listen to it? How does it happen here?
No, Chiru sir is one kind of a guy who loves scripts more actually.
Okay.
He's a script guy. He loves to listen to the scripts. He doesn't care about the names. Just any young director just can go and knock his door and just narrate a script.
Lovely.
So he's like that kind of a guy. But in my case, even I think Charan and Chiru sir discussed together. So let's make a film with Shiva. So I just got a call one day because I'm supposed to do a film with actually Charan. At the same time, Charan is occupied with Triple R.
Right.
I just told to Chiru sir, because I'm busy with Triple R, I don't want to leave him, so we can't do a film. And Chiru sir is very much interested also. So one meeting happened, so let's do a film together. So that's the only time. Generally, I write a script and I go to the actors, sir, I've got a script. But this is the first time I thought I should make a script for Chiru sir. So that's how the film is.
What was the biggest challenge of transitioning from writer to director?
But luckily, even when I was a writer, I used to think not about only the lines.
Right.
See, I strongly believe that this is a visual medium. So the visual should always, and the emotion should always dominate the dialogue.
Right.
So, but when I was a writer, I got a free hand in writing. So I can write whatever I feel, because there is a director to censor that, and he can pick what is right and what is wrong. But here, and I'm the writer and I'm the director. So I should switch off my writer once the script is done, and then the director should wake up and he should filter, see all the bad and he should take all the good. So this is a little challenging exercise, but which I love to do. So obviously, it's two different worlds actually.
Right.
But I don't mix the writer and director.
Okay.
Once I'm done with the script, when I'm writing, the director inside me will be completely in hibernation.
Really? So you don't say long shot and
Never.
Okay.
And even when narrating the script to any actor, I never say the shot. I just want to introduce my world to him, my emotions to him. That's it. No shot, sir, now close, now we pan. There are no words like this. I never do.
Okay.
I just tell, see, when we were kids, how our grandmas and used to tell the stories. That's the way I narrate. I'm good at that. And luckily, all the actors love that.
Right. So you mentioned that with Chiranjeevi, you kind of first time you wrote a story for him.
Yeah.
But all your movies after you turned director have been with big stars now. Prabhas became a star with big star with Mirchi. Then you had Mahesh Babu with Bharatani Nenu and Srimantadu, and then Janta Garage, NTR Jr. So all your movies have been with big stars.
Yeah.
Do you add a certain X factor that suits the big star's personality to the script that you already have, or can the same script work for any star?
No, the script, because generally I prefer larger than life stories.
Right.
Because I don't know why. I'm always inclined to them.
Sure.
So larger than life. So generally we have big stars. We have too many stars here.
Yeah.
So that story can be catered to many actually.
Yeah.
But once the script is locked and I go to the actor, see, according to the actor's, body language and his image, I change a little.
Okay.
Just the fine tuning will be little different.
Right.
See, for Tarak, a little bit aggression, and for Charan and Mahesh, it's a different thing. So I do that kind of things in the last minute.
Right.
Once the actor is on board.
Was on board.
Otherwise, my story will suit almost all the stars.
Right. So can you give me an example of this? So you've written Janata Garage, and now Tarak's on board.
Yeah.
What can you mention one change that you did to like in a scene that to suit him?
Generally, Tarak, is a little, I don't say louder, but he's little very hyper in most of his films, and which is his strength too. On a positive note.
Right.
But suddenly, see, when I approached him for Janata Garage, I said, we'll change a little. So we don't want that kind of Tarak for a while. So I said, let's be little calm. That's a game changer for him. So he said, okay, let's give it a try. So he's off screen also, he's like that, very expressive. I just want to tone down that. I just want to play with his eyes. I don't want to lose that smile, even when he's warning to the bad guys. I just want to be very calm. So once Tarak is on board, I said, see, this will be different for Tarak. So I approached him and he loved it. We did a proper exercise for that and it worked for him a lot.
First of all, what is it like to write for a star that you've grown up watching?
The biggest superstar our generation has seen is Chiru. There are many stars, but the only star we knew while we were growing up is Chiru. And I would say he is one kind of a star where you can't forget Chiru while watching the film.
Right.
So generally, we follow the character, but he is the only one who will remind you that he's Chiru still, because his impact is such on his fans. It's like, no, we're unable to see Chiru sir, it's only character. It's not like that. His image is much bigger. You can't forget Chiru sir, even on screen. So I know his strengths. So obviously, I need a much bigger, larger than life character for him. And I need one different world for the film. And I've done I've put lots of effort for this film, because I need to create a big script and I need to work on his image. Too many factors running in my mind.
Right.
And this is a lifetime opportunity working with Chiru sir. But everything fell in place.
Were you a little scared in the sense that, for example, let's take Rajinikanth, right? Getting to work with him is at once the biggest honor for a director, but also the biggest terrifying thing for a director, because fans are, if you don't do the film doesn't cater, then it becomes a little. Yeah. So was there a little bit of fear or apprehension?
That's there always, but I'll try to keep it little away.
Okay.
Because you can't even move your pen if you think about that. So I thought, no, even I'm a bigger fan of stars. So I thought, even I'm a fan. So the fans will be on my side. Don't worry, you can write. See, I keep on saying it to myself. So it's there, but I try to, cover that up, always. Yeah, but it happens every time. But once the shoot is done, then the real scare factor comes in. So is everything right? Will it work for the fans? So the last, the 1 week, it's running in my mind. But I hope it will.
What is the toughest thing about writing a commercial film that will work for all audiences?
I don't know why I can't make a very realistic film.
Right.
Because I always believe in larger than life characters. Because in South, see, we don't call them as actors, we call them as heroes.
Yeah.
See, the name itself implies that he's a hero. We need heroism, heroic acts. It's not like only the action sequences, but his thought process should be heroic.
Right.
So I believe in that. So it's always, it's easy for me because I believe in that generally. I love to feel them as heroes only. See, they'll do good. There will be bigger evil. He'll fight against the evil. So I love this always.
Right.
So I try to make a new larger than life canvas always.
Right.
So once the backdrop and the main emotion is locked, that's it.
Right.
And it's going to be a very smooth and joyride for me.
Right.
See, all the scenes, it will be in a flow for me. But all the exercise I do is just get the emotion right, get your universe right.
Right.
Period.
Yeah. So getting the universe right is the biggest challenge.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the right emotion.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is he fighting for? See, what's his emotional drama in the film? So that's the main points where I look after always.
Now you worked as an assistant under your uncle Posni Krishnamurli.
Yeah.
What did that stint teach you?
He's a very natural writer. He'll be always in extempore, no filters, no censors. See, he always feel that as a writer, don't control yourself.
Okay.
Just pour yourself out. So he believes that. And at times he crosses the line also, in scripts. But the main thing I learned from him is, he won't even bother whether this will work or not. Let the story go in a flow. And I took that mantra, which worked for me a lot. See, I don't see that if this works or not. If the emotion is going in a flow, let it be the same.
Right.
And it worked for me in many places.
Now in Bharatani Nenu, there is this fantastic moment where you show Mahesh Babu's swearing in ceremony, and he cannot read Telugu. So he stumbles on a word, and a reporter picks that up.
True.
And then there is this exchange, and then he gets the last word. That is Mahesh Babu gets the final word, and it's a fantastic mass moment.
True.
How do you think of these moments?
I always focus in the rise of the character. I don't want my character to be flat.
Right.
So let him fall, let him rise. So that's the thing I love always. So there should be a moment where he'll fall and he's like a common man. And then he'll try to emerge and then becomes my hero. So obviously in the political world, so I thought, see, out of nowhere, he'll be forced to become the chief minister. Suddenly, out of nowhere, which is not his world at all. So I thought everybody should make fun of him. So what kind of a guy he is. He can't say a few lines. So I thought the fall is nice. And he don't care. He loves that because, and I've established the character that he's a constant learner.
Yeah.
And he never hesitates to learn. So let me fall. What's there? And he loves the expression, I don't know.
No, yeah.
And his intro, and even I've made a song on that, which he celebrates the expression called as I don't know.
Yeah.
Because if I say I don't know, I can know. So he celebrates the expression of I don't know. So obviously, and once he comes to the political world, he is ready to accept that I don't know. And even all the IAS officers will be, a CM admitting to all the IAS officers, trust me, I don't know anything about this. See, they'll be little, see, how can he say that?
Yeah.
But trust me, I'm a very fast learner. So that's the confidence in him. So I just want to show that in my scene also. It's not just through a dialogue.
Yeah.
See, so once it starts in the oath sermon itself. He can't say those lines. He can't speak Telugu. So they'll make fun of him. And he knows that. That's Antakarana Suddhito, that word. And and he starts doing all his things as a chief minister. He'll ask, how can you do this? And now he says Antakarana Suddhito. So he meant that line and he meant that also. You see, in two ways. I can spell that and I'm doing that actually now.
Yeah.
So I felt this is the best moment in the film. Even Mahesh Babu said that. Said this is one of the biggest moments in my life.
Yeah, it was
True.
very, very good. Now, one of the things about a commercial film is that you have to have there's a heroine, there's some songs, some that kind of stuff. But when you're talking about a senior superstar, a well-regarded superstar like Chiranjeevi, you can't though that element has to kind of be dialed down. Maybe you can show a flashback or something like that, but you can't suddenly have songs, romance, things like that and all that. So how do you balance the audience's need for a certain kind of, certain elements versus the fact that you can't do those things in a film like Acharya?
Definitely. See, it should be taken care of. Otherwise, because once he's into the world, you can't bring him out of the world.
Yeah.
See, because it will be tough again for the audiences. It will be a very tough ride, going in, going out. So definitely we need to take care of such things. But but he's one of the greatest dancers of our times.
Yeah.
But I can't avoid that. So I'll see that there is a situation where it doesn't look awkward and it's very suitable to the occasion. So for example, this is a temple town in Acharya. So there is a place where one folktale group will come and sing a song on the goddess. So there is a chance for Chiru sir to join that village troupe and shake his leg.
Right.
So this is the kind of access we need to.
Yeah.
See, we need to satisfy our audiences, all his fans. At the same time, we shouldn't disturb my script and my world.
Yeah.
So that's the very tough exercise, and it need to be done always.
What made you cast Charan in the guest role or cameo, whatever it is? It's like because initially there was news that Mahesh Babu was considered for it and all that, but what happened there?
When I finished my script, and then this character called as Siddha, it's one of the biggest characters in the film, and it's the soul of the film. So there were multiple shades. So I need a star, and there are little limitations because he need to be a Gurukul boy. See, it's a small temple town. So he need to look like a Vedic school boy. So the first image I got is Charan, obviously, because he looks like that. So I immediately went to Chiru sir and said that, sir, please don't get shocked. And this is one important character in the film. And I told him, he's in a dilemma. He was just blank for a while. So I thought, he immediately smiled. See, I heard the script, it suits him well. But I don't want to recommend because he's my son. And this is a long time dream for my wife to see me and Charan together. So, but I don't want to rub this on you. So you better, as a director, you go and approach Charan, tell your script. If he's okay, then I'll be the happiest. So I went to Charan and said that, so this is the thing. He just heard the script and said that, sorry, it's not because that I should work with my dad. The character is very, very beautiful. It's haunting actually. And I feel that it's me in real life too.
Lovely.
So I should do. So everything worked for me, really.
Now, in all your films, you have Devi Sri Prasad as your music composer.
Yeah.
What is the special connect that you have?
Devi, because I started my career with Devi,
Right.
from Mirchi. He's one fantastic guy, highly energetic, and he's the son of a writer. So he understands the emotion right, because he grew up by listening to the stories, his father's works and everything. He's a legendary writer, his father. So somewhere I got connected. See, when I'm narrating, I know the high moments in the film, but there is no need for the music director to feel that this is high, oh, what a moment, what a line. But he shares the same excitement with me. So I feel that he's one big writer. So we're in the best sync. He understands my script right. obviously our journey was fantastic, and every script, he knows the exact moments where I feel the high, why I made that, why I wrote that. So there is no need for me to check. He understands my script right. So obviously Devi is the best choice for me. Yeah.
At some point in your life, are you afraid that you may fail?
I'm not afraid, but I'm prepared. Yeah. See, obviously, you can't avoid that. But hopefully, I'll put all my efforts.
Yeah.
See, there may be a day where I try something very, very new, and audiences couldn't take that.
Right.
There could be definitely that moment, but I see that I'll put all my efforts to see that, because it's not that I'm afraid of failure, because there are lots of things. I should look after my distributors. There's a lot of dynamics going on. The producer trusts me. He puts a lot of money, and now it's all about numbers. And the film has gone so big, movies now. So I'll see that I don't experiment too much.
Yeah.
Because if I want to experiment, let me make a film, a small film.
Yeah.
Because for your desires, see, you can't crush some other's happiness.
Yeah.
Which I'll take care of always.
Your mother brought you up with a communist ideology. Are there traces of it in your films?
Yeah. I won't say communism, I'll say social responsibility.
Right.
Yeah. Because I hail from a communist family, but I'll see that, but it's not obvious. See, I'm not that, see, now this film, I should tell one issue, it's in a flow.
Right.
So, I love to tell. It's coming naturally. So, I see that this idea will have a bigger reach commercially.
Right.
Otherwise, I don't do any special exercise that, come on, let's point out this issue. It's not that.
Yeah.
I should get excited with the emotion, right?
Right.
But yes, because of my upbringing, I make sure that it comes naturally.
There's a little bit of an issue that needs addressing.
True.
Yeah. Your protagonists are usually very sophisticated people. Have you ever thought of writing rustic or rural people?
I would love to, and I'm going to write it very soon.
Okay.
But I'll see that I'm not focused on whether is little sophisticated or rural, but I see that he's very strong, and he's got a different attitude.
Yeah.
And he's got a big heart.
Right. No, I'm not saying it's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it happened that way. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. No, I would love to.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that's my forte actually, which is yet to come, but very soon I'm going to make it very rustic.
Right.
Definitely it will happen, and I would love to. Yeah.
Finally, there's some fear in the film industry, in certain film circles, that the massive success of Bahubali, then RRR, and then KGF2, hopefully Acharya, will mean that now heroes will only want to do a particular kind of larger than life movie, and that the smaller films will find it very difficult to get crushed. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, there is a talk about that, and even I was talking to some actors. Luckily, they weren't carried away by that. So they were saying that, see, let's take film by film. See, some guys, just a couple of days ago, one big star is saying that I just want to do a comedy film, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's not like they get carried away. But generally, they'll follow the trends. But I would say it's always good to follow the trend, but there should be some checkpoints, you know. There will be a point where audience will feel boredom of that genre also.
Right.
So it's not that, luckily our stars are very sensible. They know what to do and when, and they'll see that the emotions are right. They won't get carried away with just genre.
Right.
Let's see that it's happening for good.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you did Acharya, you only wanted to make it a Telugu film. You said, I don't want to make a pan-India film.
I never believed in that generally. See, that pan-Indian thing, I never believed in that. I just feel that if the emotion is right, it will reach to bigger audience.
Right.
It will cross the boundaries, that's it. I didn't do any special exercise that, let's put this to attract that language, let's put this. I won't do this forever. If the universe is right, if the emotion is right, definitely it will reach to all section of audience.
Yeah.
But keeping many things in mind, we don't have time. Just we plan for Telugu.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.